Free Speech TV is currently showing Consuming Kids, which focuses on the marketing to children. And one of the most controversial aspects, maybe the most written about statement made in the film is the likening of marketing to children as a form of pedophilia. So let's just jump right into that and see where that gets us.
This is a comment that's made by Dr. Michael Brody about how marketers approach children. And actually we've had people say, especially means people who are perhaps marketers themselves who've watched the film, and they said they've been with the film, they've been with the critique, they've along, but when he gets to that, that's like
they're on board until that point.
They're on board until that point, and it's like, well, no, that's not me. And I think that actually, that's a good reaction to get actually, because I think that gets to the key notion here. This idea of comparing marketers to pedophiles. Part of it is the shock value of it, but I actually think it's more than shock value. Actually, I would defend it as a statement. So if you think about pedophiles, what do pedophiles want? They want to get something from kids. Okay? They don't care about kids themselves. They don't care about what kids feel. They don't care about their needs. All they want is what kids have. And I think marketers are exactly the same. They don't care about what kids really need, what may be good for kids, what may be healthy for kids. They want what kids have, which is either brand loyalty for life, or pestering their parents to get a particular kind of product, or buying the product themselves.
Well, the comparison is interesting in one specific sense, which is that in the same way that actual pedophiles sometimes are preying on the fact that a child doesn't understand what is going on. We have study after study showing that while children at a very young age start to recognize branding and characters and all those things, they can't really distinguish whether someone is trying to persuade them to purchase or to ask their parents to purchase. In that sense, there is actually an interesting comparison there.
No, I think it's exactly that comparison, which is why when we look at marketing to adults, I don't think that you can't use the same kind of analogy. They're not abusers in the same way, because the assumption is that adults actually have some kind of defense, that adults actually can engage with what's coming to them and can make decisions based upon that. Whereas the reason we have ages of consent and the reasons we outlaw relationships between older people and really younger people is because there is really a power imbalance. And I think that power imbalance is there when it comes to sexuality, and that power imbalance is there as well when it comes to marketing. As one of the people in the film says, in terms of how an individual child is approached, there's like 200 MBAs lined up on the other side with all their research, with all their knowledge, directing everything they know to get the loyalty of this really young child. That is power imbalance of the utmost, at the utmost level.
How is Scooby-Doo crackers?
It's creepy. It's just absolutely creepy, the way children are being dissected and put under the microscope by marketers.
There's a mantra in American society: you are what you have. You are what you buy. You are what you own.
Cell phones make children much more vulnerable to advertising. It's advertising literally right in the face of a child.
If your child has a cell phone and that cell phone has internet access, then your kid's being marketed to, in ways that you don't even know. So we have to stop thinking of marketing to children as just commercials. Commercials are just so 20th century.
With video games, for example, we went from 16-bit to 32-bit to 64-bit to 128-bit technology in about 5 years. What that means is that we're getting closer and closer to virtual reality.